aggressive run. This game is on.
Huge hit on him. Through the hands. Excellent pass.
You cannot. This is picture perfect.
Oh, that's just brilliant. That's magnificent.
He has been on form today.
Can you believe it?
This is brilliant.
Totally demolishing the opposition. The rest is history.
These are the sights of Saldanha Bay on this now sunny day in June. The scene is set for the final of the 2019 SuperSport Rugby Challenge, but before all the glory unfolds, we have a club match from the Boland Grand Challenge. Saldanha Bay taking on Mamre. Saldanha Bay in fine form. You just saw them in the tunnel getting seriously pumped up as their team gets ready to be on your SuperSport World of Champions once more. There's Ricky Schroeder in the background of the Saldanha fans who are having a whale of a time. The music has been flowing and the songs are being sung right now, and it should continue throughout the afternoon. We have been blessed with the weather, I can tell you that much. Yesterday there was torrential rain all across the Western Cape. But today the skies have cleared just briefly enough for us to have a celebration of rugby to round off the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. And what another successful year it has been. And scenes like this are just evidence thereof. All across the country, north to south, east to west, everybody has been able to enjoy club and provincial rugby. Now Mamre, this is the team that they'll be putting out. Look at number 7, he's the state prosecutor, weighing in at 105 kilograms on the flank. Sylvine Williams is 113 kg, number 8. They call him King, he's a machine operator. On the outside center, they have a youngster, 19 years old, Boland under 20, Kane Stadler, and their winger, Darian Gerke, also a youngster at the age of 20. Now moving on to Saldanha Bay, champions of their own Super 8 competition earlier in the year. 8 from 8. Jaquin Janssen is a Boland player. He's got provincial experience, as well as on the bench Emil Boysen and Dane Kieser, two crucial players. Lilo Mgwebi is their key player for that Super 8 challenge. He almost got himself a call up to higher honors, and many more to watch out for. But for now, here come the Mamre players onto the Saldanha Bay Park. Cornel Opelt, they call him Yaku, the 36-year-old Mamre-born man, a diesel mechanic, a father of 4, a stalwart of his club, and he's ready to represent the first time that Mamre will be featured on television. And that is their pride and joy running onto the field right now. They are ready to rumble. And as for the boys in blue, here they come, and listen to the crowd. Led out by Captain Charlie Vrachom. And he's here to ask questions on the number 10 jersey. An experienced individual that led them to glory in that Super 8 competition, raising the trophy himself. And here are the fans that cheered them along all the way. And just to let you know, if you're not aware, it was a Saldanha Bay Super 8 rugby tournament in which they invited 7 other teams from the region and beyond to come and celebrate rugby here over the Easter weekend. It was a roaring success, and there should be plenty more just like it coming in the future. But right now in the Boland Super League, Jabion Jefter will be in charge of this match with the whistle. In the Boland Super League, Mamre, the team in green and yellow, they currently have played 8 and won just 3 of those matches. So they're far more under pressure than Saldanha Bay, who have won 8 of their 8 matches thus far. A truly strong season for the Saldanha Bay region. They are revolutionizing their rugby program, and it is clearly very successful. Points difference for Saldanha, 177. Points difference for Mamre, -42. They are chasing those premier spots so they can qualify for the finals of the Boland
Let's go, buddy.
club competition. And there are the sights from Saldanha, such flat land out here on the west coast. It is a barren and a beautiful land, and we are about to get underway. Fullback for Mamre, Edwil Okkers. He's been with Mamre for 8 years. Sets this match underway. And Saldanha straight into the contact.
Stay on.
With Nicholas de Beer. Klute. Back to Jaquin Janssen, who puts the clearing kick. Testing angle, driving towards the corner. Okkers picks up and attempts to begin the counter-attack. Mamre on the run now. That's Bradwin Prince. And the offload is good. Christopher Liederman. All the way up to the halfway line off that counter-attack. Intent to run is shown. Brian Prince. Some dummies from Waldeck Gericke.
Stay on. Stay.
Cleared by Ockers and Waiter Stubbs.
Release.
Brian Prince waiting for it, but the Mamre forwards think better of it and take it up themselves. Here's Prince again. Oh, the short ball, just as Mamre were putting together the phases, it has been knocked on by Gideon Andrews. That 105 kilogram inside center, just 22 years old, who played for UWC between 2015 and 16. Here's how it went down. Perhaps thought he might have been a dummy runner, as Anzo Stubbs tried to hit him. That's not the name that I should be mispronouncing, as it is my own name. Anzo Stubbs, who played for Westbank this year in the Super 8. And now he's here at Mamre. And it comes Saldanha heading backwards at scrum time. Jaden Kluter clears. And Brenvin Mamre carries it in, diving straight over the top of the ruck, and it has been called as so by JB and Jafta. Option time now for Saldanha. This would be a very long penalty to get over the post, and to touch they'll go. That's Joachim Janssen. He is one of the more electrifying players in this team with his Boerland experience, with ball in hand and off the boot. He is professional and precision. Straight over the top, the culprit Kenny Stadler, superintendent at Swartland.
Stop.
Normie Joshua to feed this. 14 years at Saldanha. Into the line out it comes, clean off the top to Jaden Kluter. The falling ball to the toes of Mamre. And Saldanha is set in the center of field. Mamre must spread. Lance Korabi around the corner. Kluter. Vrachom into the line. Janssen with intent and pace. Kotze on the outside. He pops it back up for Janssen. Vrachom, that's a great line from Kluter. And Kluter, he hits the deck about 8 meters out. Janssen to clear. Vrachom brings it under control. Lilo Mkhwebi. Still keeping things moving. Saldanha now controlling possession after Mamre tried to keep their hands on it early. The dummy and go from Jaden Kluter.
No! Release!
Inching their way towards the Mamre line are Saldanha. Set up to the left, and to the left they go. Vrachom with the dummy and go. He delays the pass, and then a high tackle comes in from the Mamre side. Janssen to Vrachom. Can they work them on the blind side? Still breaking through is Tim. Oh, it's fallen loose, and Mamre will capitalize. So we will be going back for the penalty advantage.
Yeah, but still, you need to consider the player's safety, so next time you're going to the bench. Clear. Shot.
And JB and Jafta points towards the post. Joachim Janssen, the ever reliable, will now step up. Janssen puts it straight over the posts, and those are the first points of the match. Joachim, aka Joe Janssen, who played for the Boerland all the way through his youth, was a part of the South African emerging sevens team. Also, Southwestern District's Greek was an SA Barbarians. He has had a serious career, this gent. Legend of the Boerland region. Ockers launches it again. Oh, coming onto the ball with serious intent is Lilo Mkhwebi. Down to ground. Vrachom interestingly worked. Back to Janssen to give him space. 2 passes which may have been gobbled due to the way they were delivered. The kick downfield is ordinary. It gives Mamre counter-attacking options which they are keen to exercise. That ball appears to have fallen loose. No knock on though. Gideon Andrews carrying it back into the fray. Prince. Stubbs. Wide it goes to Gericke. Gericke with the kick inside. Was that player onside? No, called back by referee Jefter. So time for Saldanha to weigh up their options, and Kluter sends it. Oh, that is a hell of a palm, and we are moving on the outside now. Saldanha Bay with options. At that pass leaves everything to the imagination from Jadran Kotza, and Mamre want to capitalize. Gericke. Excellent position for Mamre. Oh, and Okkers sees it fall loose out of his hand. We're packing down a scrum. There's how it went down. There was a lot of moisture in the morning. There was rain that's passed through, various waves of rain, as was evidenced by the drive up here. And what a lovely drive it is up the West Coast. Really worthwhile visiting the West Coast, especially so Saldanha Bay and the surrounding towns.
Sit! Steady!
Javian Jefter calling a restart to this one. May just be a problem with the underfoot conditions for these front rankers. You'll see the feet slipping out from underneath them. They're going to have to take shorter steps in order to ensure we keep these scrums upright. Thus far, Mamre will be very happy with how quiet they've kept Saldanha Bay unbeaten in the Boland Super League, the Boland Grand Challenge. Well, Mamre have just won the 3 from their 8 matches. It's fed there by Brian Prince. Away from Williams to Prince, giving them options, and Enzo Stubbs is dropped deep. Now Gericke on the outside, the looping run from Okkers. Looks like a training ground move that almost came off. The passes were sticking, going to hand. Unfortunately, space ran out on them, and as a result, it's over the touchline. It will be put into the line out to Saldanha. Jakob Janssen, he was very sharp to what was going on, was not going to allow the looping player Okkers to get around him.
Keep going.
Divan Joshua, aka Normie. Back it comes to Jakob Janssen. Puts his considerable boot behind that ball and out into touch. Saldanha finds safety. Just 3 points on the board thus far, heading for the 10-minute mark. Mamre know that they need to keep Saldanha under control should they want to contest this match. There's firepower on the bench for Saldanha as well. The line out going up well and confidently. Kenny Stadler brings it down. Stubbs throws a real speculator to the outside, and Kane Stadler brings it in. Prince, hard running options. He hits Gideon Andrews, designated crash ball artist of Mamre. And now Prince digging into that ruck. Cleared by Kane Stadler. Frustration. You could hear it bubble over from the distance of the stands, the groans of the fans. And these Mamre fans do not have long to travel up the road to make it here. Less than an hour's drive, really, for the Mamre supporters to come to Saldanha Bay today, and they certainly have made it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, he can take comfort in the fact that it was recorded on national television and it will be broadcast. He can record it and his family can play it back to him as many times as they want.
Point! Sit!
Xavier Jafta losing patience with the scrum problems that are being had. Early drive on that occasion from Mamre.
3, please stay straight.
Touch finder from the penalty, driving Saldanha further forward once more. It's the culprit, Alwyn Liebenberg, on this occasion. 41 years of age, Alwyn Liebenberg. The front row of Mamre, in fact, is 41, 36 and 40 years old. And this is the team that has 19, 20 and 22-year-olds in the starting lineup as well. There's a real mix of youth and experience in this Mamre outfit. And it starts with those 3 old-timers up front. Joshua feeds. Injecting himself into the line is Johan die Krachman Low. Jaden Kluter has fallen out of the hands of Brenvin Morer as the players struggle to gain control of the ball in these dewy conditions. Nothing called, and Lance Korabi moves it forward. Kluter. Oh, Lilo Mkhwebi almost hurdling the challenge. Kluter. Charlie Vrachom. Past the first option into the second. Nicholas de Beer. Injecting himself into the line. Kluter. Moving it wide. Vrachom. Multiple options to the outside. Maya. He gets it wider and they're over with the hooker. Divan Joshua.
I'm quite suspicious about the
Saldanha Bay sought out the opening try of this match, and it is their hooker, Divan Joshua, getting over in the corner. An experienced individual. And there's Vrachom. They moved, they drew the numbers well there, did Damashu Maya. Fine pass from the 20-year-old Chong. Finding Divan Joshua in the corner. Oh no, and we're going back. There was no try given in the end. We're having a scrum, not for a knock-on in that movement, but for a previous knock-on. In a fascinating turn of events, to say the least.
Crouch! Point! Sit! Oh, let's go! Let's go. Okay, now you.
Mamre, deep in their own 22s, fed back by Brian Prince. Working it to the left just briefly, and Bradwin Prince is the one that clears. That's a really good touch finder, that as well. Under pressure, pressed up against the touchline. That kick has gone beyond the 10-meter line, and there you have evidence of it. And Saldanha will have to attack from deep.
There's the middle. Just keep the gap clear.
Divan Joshua feeds the line out forward, and up goes Nicholas de Beer. And out it goes to Brenvin Morer. Morer eventually to ground. Kola Williams, the starting number 12 during the Super 8 competition, but he's gone on to higher honors. So Saldanha are making plans for Korabi now. Mamre not too keen to bring him down. And another incisive run by Nicholas de Beer, the law enforcement officer. Mamre on the counter-attack, trying as well as they can to capitalize on broken play, which Saldanha are offering up from time to time. In fine position to receive this, Jadron Kotze, giving him all the options in the world. Kotze now on the run. Kotze beats the first. Kotze for the second. He's gone past 2. He's occupied 4 defenders. Can they keep the ball moving? Yes, they can. Sharp stuff, though, from Bradwin Prince. The exuberance of youth, nabbing that one out of the skies. The 22-year-old, born in Atlantis, where most of these players are based. Waldeck Gerke.
Play on. Release.
Saldanha on the back foot again, on their own 10-meter line. Stubbs stabs one through for the corner. Fine chase here from Gerke. Oh, and Darian Gerke has put Saldanha Bay under pressure almost single-handedly here with a good kick chase. Mamre there. They could do well to keep their hands out of that ruck. A wonderful effort. Saldanha will do well to clear this effectively. And a penalty comes the way of Mamre. What a big call. Tap and go. Yes. The pop to the big man, Christopher Liederman. Prince, Stubbs stepping and going. Stubbs looking for the line. Prince. And they go to the right this time. It is Cornel Jaco Oppelt, the captain of the team. How dearly they would love to score early on here. Put the cat amongst the pigeons in the Saldanha team. Prince Stubbs on the short ball. He's got his men moving outside him. The number 10 for Mamre, being the general that he showed himself to be when he was at Westbank earlier this year. But now the forwards of Mamre step up to the plate. They want to work their way over the line. They've seen weakness in the Saldanha side, and it's now their time to go. That one's been knocked loose. Wide by Prince. Okkers. Eddie Okkers. Knees on the ground. He must be released. Stadler. Stubbs. He thinks about the pass. Has to reconsider. Enzo Stubbs going for the line. Stopped short, and Mamre must look again. Prince is there trying to dig it out. What options does he have? Kane Stadler standing in the first receiver. Stadler is the one that receives. Heel dummy, corkscrew go. He's got support in the form of Kenny Stadler. Prince now. It's all slowed down for Mamre, but they're still in possession, still in control, still have a plan to go for the line. Lilo Mkhwebi and co almost being caught out. The short ball from Stubbs now. Oh, he's going for the corner, but he's been pressured out into touch by absolutely stellar defense from the home side. Those in blue will be celebrating and the flags will be waving, and they've held out Mamre with structured and disciplined defense. And that'll be a fine time for the players to take a short breather. What an exhausting opening couple of minutes for these teams. It's been attack after attack after attack. Saldanha getting onto the attack after Mamre opened the match up with the opening 3 minutes of attacking rugby and holding the ball in their possession. One thing that has been made clear is that they are here to play. Saldanha Bay's 8-for-8 record in the Boland Grand Challenge is certainly under threat by the team in green today. These gents who did such a wonderful thing for club rugby, including the Saldanha Bay community, this Transnet Saldanha Bay Stadium, and everybody involved by putting on that Super 8 tournament earlier in this year that just showed what can be done with club rugby in this country if it is properly run and executed. A small tournament on the West Coast that's going on over an Easter weekend that has a trophy that has no bearing on the higher honors, that yet got full crowds for all 3 days, separated over the 5-day period, was boarding 7 different teams in the town at the same time, and was done under a decent budget. It really speaks to what can be achieved with club rugby in this country, and the Gold Cup will be taking on new forms in the times to come next year and furthermore, so keep your eyes peeled.
Stay on.
Pressure from Mamre. The scrum is looking pretty fresh in these first few minutes. And the clearance kick will not quite be finding touch. Another counter-attacking opportunity for Mamre. Every chance they've had, they've taken it to run. Darian Gerka. Prince. That is a hospital pass. Nobody there to pressurize. Stadler. Stabbed through, and now on the toe from Bradwin Prince, and Prince will not be getting there. Marshaled over the line by Jaden JD Pops Kluter. Bradwin Prince, he's been energetic. Both wings, Darian Gerka and Bradwin Prince, has the eyes wide open early in this match.
6.
Jakun Jansen on your screen. Perhaps the most dangerous player on the field. Launches the 22-meter kick upfield. It's going to roll and roll all the way over the 22-meter line of Mamre, who will run it back at them. Before the kick over the top from Okkers. Enterprising play. That looks like it may be a knock. We won't be playing on. We are going back for the knock-on. Disappointment from Dinero Sneyders, who's struggled to get involved early on. And the fisherman has let that one slip. Dinero Sneyders will be eager to get some possession with ball in hand. The Saldanha side are known for their ferocious running game, but they need their scrum to set that up for them. That is how they won that Super 8 competition, with the likes of Dane Kieser and Emil Boysen, who are on the bench today, providing them critical go forward. Another impressive scrum from Mamre. They need to keep this in and milk out the penalty. There it is, the penalty advantage. If Saldanha don't sort themselves out, they'll have to pay the price. And Kane Stadler, Boland under 20 this year, the number 13 for Mamre, ends up knocking it on in the midfield. That gent in your screen right now. And on the 10-meter line, there's a penalty coming the way of Mamre. Will they be kicking this towards the posts or going to the touchline is the question. There is your answer. That's a reasonably difficult kick insofar as distance is concerned. It must be approaching 50 meters on the angle.
You're opening up.
Look at this Mamre scrum. Completely dominant. Nothing coming from Saldanha. They've completely shifted out. The locks are no longer behind their props. Although at least the scrum did keep form and players didn't break away. That is not a situation they can allow to continue. And here's this counter-attacking fullback, Eddie Ockers. 90 kgs, he's a farmer. Another that was born in Atlantis, as about 97% of this team is. Up it goes. Over it goes from Eddie Ockers. Oh, he's nailed that one, much to the joy of Craig Easter Skuman on the touchlines. Coach of Mamre, station commander in fire and rescue in Cape Town. Boy, this club rugby is community rugby. When you've got a fireman on the touchlines coaching you. And all of your players around you are born in the same town. Oh, here's Jaquin Jansen. Jansen puts it up. This is very contestable. Saldanha Bay players underneath. Unfortunately, it appears to have been knocked on and will be heading back for the scrum.
Let's go.
There's the man who knocked it on, Daniel Tem. He was actually playing lock in that Super 8 final. Forklift driver at Sea Harvest. Born right here in Saldanha Bay, Mr. Tem. Has the skills for flank and lock.
Crouch.
The prop today, incidentally, Johan Lowe, in that Super 8 final, shifted from prop to lock to flank, all in the same match. Brian Prince. Out it comes to Stubbs. Stubbs puts a Gario in of note. Jansen is coming in with fire. Jansen takes it and he's off. Brought down on the 22-meter line. Mamre getting back to defend.
No.
Kluter. Frachom. Maya picking it up off the toes. It's broken down on the outside again for Saldanha Bay, but Jaden Kluter has not had enough. Fighting his way to ground, but the ground that he finds is outside of touch. And a penalty to Saldanha Bay will not be taken quickly. So interesting to see what the choice is here from Saldanha Bay, who are slowing it down for Jaquin Jansen, who is a dead-eye kicker should he choose to go for posts, but he does not. He's going to go for touch. And that perhaps says plenty about the position of the match and the confidence of the Saldanha side as well. Not even thinking about the points, they want to go for touch. They are 5 meters out right now, and standing there is Divan Joshua, then number 2, ready to put the ball into the line out, the Boilermaker. Nicholas de Beer has been the preferred option, the number 4. Who will it be this time? That is a fine line out from Saldanha Bay, perhaps their best of the morning thus far. They set a rolling maul. In at the back is Divan Joshua. Joshua is there, but there with the ball in hand is Johan de Krachman Low. It's broken down, and Mamre appear to have done it with legality as well. Still continuing this rolling maul somehow. Lilo Mkhwebi now. Mkhwebi in at the back, and they're going for the line. Again, falling short, just short of the line, and Kluter has a chance to clear. Charlie Frachom outside to Maya. Oh, that's a big hit on Jadron Kotza. Knocked backwards, but Damashu Maya is on the loop. Maya's on the step now, and Maya's brought down. Just a few meters out from the Mamre line. Desperation setting in again. Here's Charlie Frachom, and another ball to Nicholas de Beer, who continues to impose himself on this Mamre defense. And now shifting it, Jadron Kotza. The pop ball to Jaquin Jansen. Jansen almost bounced off the man and got through. Jansen. Down to the ground. Kotza gets it out. Frachom. Hard runners for Saldanha Bay, and it's Marais brought down. Numbers on either side. There's trouble for Mamre any which way you look at it. A penalty advantage. The tap and go. A yellow card is on the way. And Jadren Kluter could still make it to the line. JB and Jefter is having a good look. He's calling a stop, and there he goes into his pocket, Mr. Jefter. Yellow card, no question about it. Nobody would ever argue with that. Eddie Ockers, the farmer, is heading to the bench. And we will pack down a scrum immediately. Saldanha Bay with a penalty advantage, choosing to pack a scrum down on the 5-meter line of Mamre, just after the number 15 has been sent to the bin. And let's take a look at how this yellow card came about. Completely unacceptable situation. The whistle had just blown. That's a tap from a penalty. Eddie Ockers, cynically offsides. Saldanha Bay dealing with an injury, and coming onto the field is Nicholas Dunwa, also known as Beast, a man born in Zimbabwe, in Hwange. Just joined Saldanha this year. Lance Korabi, the player who's off Tongenbeer, is his nickname. You know your team's successful when the majority of the players have nicknames. It just shows a fine team spirit there. And we'll be packing down a scrum. Out it comes from Jadren Kluter. Charlie Frachom, runners in motion. The skip pass to the outside is not on point, but Jansen gets it outside to Kotza! And Kotza's gonna score! And Saldanha Bay can celebrate now the first try of the match. Jadren Kotza with the individual dreadlock on the front of the head, the more unique hairstyle that you will see here today, perhaps anywhere that you are today. One last look at Saldanha Bay. There into the line, Brendan Moreira. The outside loop was from Jansen. The pass wasn't perfect, but Jadren Kotza stepping inside, the young 23-year-old with Borland and Lions experience, taking care of his defender. Patience, accuracy, execution. Deserved celebrations from the local boys. And Jakun Jansen, ever reliable kicking option for Saldanha Bay, and formerly Borland for the extra two. Jakun Jansen. And Jansen raises the flags once more. It's 10 points to 3, Saldanha lead. One last look at the try. The bounce pass to Jakun Jansen. And that is just composed stuff from Kotza, stepping inside. The Clan William born by, who's been at Saldanha Bay since 2016. Up the kick goes from Anzo Stubbs. Saldanha Bay receives, and Webby gets a tough pass which he can't handle. Charlie Frachom keeps it moving. Here's Jakun Jansen. Oh, not afraid to play from deep, not afraid to play from as very deep as you might think. You can start a move here. Saldanha Bay on the charge is Snyders outside to Low, surely not Low. He's dealt with the first and the second. And now Snyders, he spots something on the blind. Has he pushed it? Yes, he has, and he steps into touch. Disappointment for Snyders.
Numbers.
And here's where Jakun Jansen started the counter-attack. Oh, he's got all the skills in the world, as Jansen. And what a breakout it was. Dinro Sneyders. Outside to low, eventually chopped down. Very exciting stuff. And as good a time as any for me to look to my right and introduce the gentleman who's just come up from shooting a promo for your World of Champions for the upcoming final of the SuperSport Rugby Challenge, which will be kicking off around 2:30. His name is Mthunzi Mabeta, and he will be on the mic shortly at the next break of play. Mamre have launched the field, the ball downfield. Here's Jaquin Jansen, and here is Dinro Sneyders. Sneyders with some space to run into.
Last hit, last hit.
Jaden Kluter. Charlie Frachum. Look at the depth of the Saldanha Bay backline. They want to get running before they meet these Mamre defenders because they back themselves to break the tackles.
Mustard, let it go now.
Hands on the ball from Mamre. The players were not on their feet, not by a long shot. Samuels, Mkhwedi, inside ball to Kotza. It's Kotza again. Jadren Kotza is lighting this matchup. Saldanha Bay with try number 2. Now tell us what you think about that, Mthunzi Mabeta.
Wow, so good to be here in Saldanha Bay. Brilliant play. They just keep going through the phases. They love spreading it out wide. And look at the big man. We've seen his skills all year. Mkhwedi inside to the quick Kotza. What a finish for Saldanha. We're starting to pull away from Mamre. They love it down here in Saldanha. Take a look at that.
You really can say it is a rugby mad culture out here on the West Coast. And the vibrancy of the Boland Grand Challenge is just evidence of that. These teams playing in the West Coast section, there are about 8 sections of the Boland League. It covers the largest region of any union in the country, and they all love the rugby down here, from Malmesbury to Saldanha to Vredenburg and beyond. This is Jaquin Jansen. Goes from Jaquin Jansen, courtesy of the try from Jadren Kotza.
Stepper Samuels offloads to Mkhwedi, the big number 5, and who else to finish? Jadren Kotza, look at that offload, perfect. Look at that, a piece of magic from Mkhwedi. It's too much cash from Kotza, who finishes off magnificently. Just as good as that handshake. Chisa.
Chisa indeed. And we are back underway now with Anzo Stubbs. Well, the aggressive running of Nicholas de Beer has been in evidence early on in this match. Out by Kluter, Frachum, the confidence grows, that looks forward, but on we go. Kotza, inside ball. Oh, they're falling all over themselves for this. It's Maya now for the corner. Saldanha Bay in celebration mode.
Demashu Maya, outside center, finishes off some incredible play. It's just quick ball. Frachum sees the space out wide. A beautifully lofted pass, inside pass, and too much gas from him. Brilliant finish by Maya. Mamre defenders are falling over their feet. They love their rugby down here in these communities, and it's beautiful to watch that running rugby.
Jaquin Jansen, he'll be getting used to this. Not hard to tell why Saldanha Bay have won 8 out of their 8 matches in the West Coast section of the Boland Grand Challenge this year. It's enterprising running rugby just like that.
And he's just pulled that to the left. Frachum, brilliant pass, creates the space. Kotze does well to offload it on the inside. There's too much gas. Demashu Maya in the corner with a brilliant finish. Once the Saldanha Bay side gets going, they love their quick ball and they're so hard to stop.
Enzo Stubbs, the former Westbank player, has that been picked up by a player in front of the player that knocked it on? Indeed it has, therefore a penalty. Mamre, who have not been afraid to tap and go, have an option here. Do they go for posts again at 22 points to 3 down? Or is all hope lost right now in terms, well, there you go. Do you think it's time for them to start scoring tries now, though, considering the way that Saldanha have been going about things?
It's a good chase from Adrian Groepies. He puts pressure on the big number 8, Kaloli Grant. And I believe, Paul, they have taken the right option here. 5 more minutes in the first half. Although they do seem to need a bit more momentum, just to get the psyche on the right side of things, to believe in themselves going into the second half. But take the points, collect the ball, keep possession of the ball, and try to finish off on a high.
Smells quite green this side, eh?
Big moment for Stadler.
That one's not going to be making it. Out to the right.
Make sure they're all behind. Yeah, it's good.
Well, they still stand to gain possession of the ball. A 22 drop-off for Saldanha, so Mamre will still have another opportunity to attack. They're very good with the counter-attack.
That they are. Their counter-attacking weapons have already been shown. Another rolling kick from Jaquin Janssen, perhaps a tactic to let the ball bounce and roll, make it difficult to pick up. What a ball to Liederman. Liederman now taking them on. And they're secured by Alvin Liebenberg. That ball has fallen loose. Disappointing for Mamre after building this field position, and they need to stay on their feet and go forward. Kane Stadler, the 19-year-old. Bradwin Prince. Gideon Andrews.
Release!
Saldanha attacking the breakdown. Do they have hands on the ball? No. Mamre protect. But they are traveling backwards. And they are short on numbers in the back line. Crash ball, the only option.
Release! Take a step.
Blind side with Liederman. Mamre gave to Jakob Opel, the captain. Over the ball for Saldanha Bay. Jabian Jefter calling a man off at Enzo. Stubbs to the line. Stubbs cuts them open. And now he's looking for options on the outside. It's Prince. What a try for Mamre. Bradwin Prince gets over.
Bradwin Prince with the magnificent finish. But look at this play from Enzo Stubbs. It's a show goal, it's a handoff, and a brilliant pass. Too much gas. Prince gets it over for Mamre. Brilliant play from Stubbs. Has the vision to put his winger out. And over the try line they go. Mamre with a much needed try. Couldn't have come at a better time just before halftime.
As one has come to expect, plenty of excitement in club rugby here on the West Coast. Always high-scoring matches. Earlier this year, these two sides met in the group stages of the Boerland Grand Challenge. The score on that day was Saldanha Bay 66, Mamre 33. Always high-scoring affairs. It's Eddie Ockers.
Now.
Ockers cannot bring it back around. It will be 22 points to 8 that the scoreline remains.
Still struggling with their kicking woes, but not from that man. Enzo Stubbs, show and go. Pass it out wide to the gas man, Prince. Look at that pass, perfectly weighted. Good timing. Prince fights his way over the try line. Great play from Mamre. So much tradition and history going into this rugby club. We'll talk a little bit more about that shortly, Paul.
Janssen launches the restart. Silky feet of Sylvine Williams, the 113 kilogram number 8 for Mamre, who are keen to run this ball. Right from the kickoff, they're back at it. Both sides seeming to grow in confidence after scoring a try. And immediately running it from deeper, Kane Stadler moves it outside. And this kick will roll towards touch. Not a bad effort from Mamre though, still moving forward with possession. And moving the game back into the Saldanha Bay half.
Numbers.
Strategically sound play from
Numbers,
Kane
Saldanha.
Stadler.
5.
Have an opportunity now to put some pressure on the Saldanha line-out, which has been really good. 5 out of 5 so far.
Joshua keep the line out. Saldanha Bay.
5.
Oh, it is tumultuous in there. Mamre attacking it man after man, but they cannot get to the ball. And forward Saldanha move again. Now are Mamre out of numbers. Can they keep on their feet, Saldanha? Yes, they can. And Joshua's back on the ball. Now moving it forward. Joshua sees the maul is all broken up. He breaks free. The Saldanha backline is at depth and they are keen. They know there's something on. Lilo Mkhwebi. The man mountain keeps on moving. Frachum to the line. And we are going back for the penalty advantage. JB and Jefta was playing to Saldanha Bay from the rolling maul.
5 on the side.
Very few mistakes so far. So good to watch. Saldanha running onto the ball.
Just step and kick it out. What they doing?
Changing the point of contact. You've got forwards linking with backs. Looking like the real deal. They took their line out ball. That was expected. Normie Joshua keeps calm, keeps in his position, and unfortunately you see Kenny Stadler there found offsides, and he gives away the penalty. They're right in their 22 now. Trouble for Mamre. Can they hold on? Can they keep Saldanha Bay out?
Joshua with the clock gone red. Up once more goes Nicholas de Beer. Saldanha moving this rolling maul again. They clearly have an idea with this rolling maul, and Mamre is struggling for answers. You see the number 2, Yaku Opelt, the captain, getting into an offside position, looking to infringe. And Saldanha eventually dragged down. Out it comes to Charlie Frachum. Frachum exercising his options. Outside he goes. It's sent wider by Jadran Kotzer Janssen into the line, and Dino Snyders, just as he gets his hands on the ball, things break down again. And Jaquin Janssen, the talisman of this team, will have to continue to carry Saldanha Bay forward in the second half. While they retain their lead, Mamre made small inroads with that try towards the end of the half, and they've shown some very positive intent, especially so on the counter-attack. And as it stands here in Saldanha Bay in the prelim to the SuperSport Rugby Challenge final, Saldanha lead Mamre 22 points to 8.
The rest is history.
It is halftime in the Saldanha versus Mamre clash, which is the curtain raiser for the SuperSport Rugby Challenge final, coming onto your screens just after 2 p.m. this afternoon. SuperSport won 3 tries to 1 in this match. We had some entertainment at halftime, and that was just the half of it. This is the community at work. This is the love of rugby, Mtunzi, and it's going on in the background right now while the rugby's being played. Oh, turn up a ball. Away he goes.
No, they love it. The community out here, lovers of the game of rugby. Beautiful to be out here and to call it. Incredible to see them, all walks of life. They are out here in Saldanha Bay. 1 million big birds to every person in this small natural harbor. In fact, the biggest and deepest natural harbor in South Africa. The history of this Mamre side, it's their first time now on television. It's their 70-year anniversary next year in February. The entire coaching staff played Craven Week rugby. Clark Roberts went on to play professionally for a number of different unions. Just amazing to see them bringing rugby to the community.
Well, sense.
Jaquin Janssen directly into touch, not the way that he would want to start the second half.
Scrum. Let's move over here, gents.
And the perfect start for Mamre, Paul Stubbs.
It's a bit messy there.
Two sides of the pitch to attack from. They haven't had much possession in the first half. And what a way to get things going in the second half. Be good to see what they can put together. They'll need to take advantage of every attacking set piece they have. As once Saldanha keeps the ball, they're not giving away possession very easily, are they?
Big problems in the first half for the Saldanha scrum. Let's take a look at Mamre, whether they are choosing to push. This time, no, it is steady as a house. Onto the outside, inside ball from Kane Stadler.
It's my fault, sorry, buddy.
So called by JB and Japte, forward pass. This youngster's got some serious talent, just 19, this outside centre Stadler.
That's close. Kane Stadler, brilliant vision. Must have been a rehearsed move and just not getting it right there. The supporting player on the inside, overrunning it a little bit.
Point. Sit.
So it's a worst case scenario for Mamre, who aren't able to get things going. Saldanha now have an opportunity.
Look at this Mamre scrum here, Mtunzi. They are dominating. Gentlemen like Di Krachman Low in the #1 jersey, Divan Joshua, Lance Korabi who went off. Not for Mr. Dunwa, as I said in the first half, but for Christo de Bruin in the 16 jersey. Saldanha Bay's front row is creaking under the pressure.
Oh, it is. We saw the captain, the hooker, Jaco Oppelt. Huge work coming in from Gavin Philander as well. They now work their way down. Look at this huge scrummage for them. They've come out to play in the second half, Paul. Great to see. Big work coming in from Philander.
Absolute domination, and that is from a golden oldies front row as well. 41 years old, 36 years old, and 40 years old from the Mamre side. Down off the top, Brian Prince spreads it out to Enzo. Stubbs, hard line from Kane Stadler.
Kane Stadler,
For what?
the danger man, just seems to not get things right. He uses the space well, attacks the ball well there to beat the first defender. Just can't hold on to the ball, and Mamre struggling to take advantage of their ball possession, take advantage of the penalties that Saldanha Bay is giving away.
Crouch. Point. Sit. Steady. Ball's out. Release. Tackle.
Right behind the scrum, having to work extremely hard to get to ground was Zane Grant.
Stay on. No. Well done, 12.
Back for Jaquin Janssen. What is his choice? They choose to run after the pressure on the kick came strong. It's almost dropped out of the hand. Jadron Kotze, double try scorer with a kick over the top. Will he get to this first? It looks like he might. Was the kick the right call? Kotze! Oh my goodness! Kotze! Out of this world rugby from Saldanha Bay on their home ground in front of their home fans. They're setting the mood.
It's got the fans on their feet. Jadron Kotze had no right to score that try. We know how good Jaquin Janssen is. He plays it. I thought he might have hashed it up, Brenvin Murray passing it too early. But when that danger man, Jadron Kotze, has got the ball in his hands, he just keeps going. Look at the pace to beat the two Mamre defenders. The lucky bounce of the ball comes his way. But boy, is Jadron Kotze quick. Look at the turn of pace. Brilliant finish coming in, hat-trick hero for him.
And here comes the kick from Jaquin Janssen. Successful, 29 points to 8.
It all started here. He had no right, gets past the first defender, kicks it, and he just backs himself. He knows he's got the speed, kicks it inside, and burns Kane Stadler. What a finish from Kotze to get his hat-trick.
One last look at the try. from Jadran Kotso, who spent his youth rugby with Boerland and Lions. He's been at Saldanha Bay since 2016, the clan of William Child. And here the subs coming off the field, and the fact that the number 8 Zane Grant is off means that hero and star Emil Boyson in the 8 jersey can come on. He is a go-forward force. That is an excellent nab out of the air by just onto the field. Lala Lazarus, the electrician. Back from Kluter. Jakin Janssen, that appears to have sliced off the boot somewhat. Up into the air it goes. Mamre coming onto it. Fine chase from Saldanha, but the go-forward ball continues from Mamre. What a counter-attacking effort this is.
Leave it! Stop!
Cleared, playing it quickly as they have all match long. Prince gets it away to
You're
Okkers.
right, leave it! You're away!
Prince. The dummy and go from Dwayne Cupido.
Stay on!
Back it comes, and Enzo Stubbs. Oh!
Hands! Stay. Stay.
It's not for the faint-hearted, this game of rugby.
Release
More aggressive defense as Saldanha driving Mamre backwards. Lala Lazarus involved. He's had an impact since coming on. Enzo Stubbs moving it to the outside. Mamre short on ideas once the Saldanha defense is spread across the field. Slight mix-up, and they've managed to get away with it to Mamre at the expense of a couple of meters. Kyle Kruger taking it to ground. Now numbers on the outside. If they can work these numbers, it might just work out. Crucial defense from Brenvin Mamre.
Deliberate knock on from you, yeah. Yeah.
How big was that hit coming from Brenvin Mamre? Big boy. Here we see Divan Joshua. Saldanha Bay legend. He's been here since 2005. 14 years here. Mamre unable to keep the ball in play. Enzo Stubbs gets tackled by Brenvin. Mamre, it's good defense coming in from him.
Leave it, Blue!
Wait.
No, it's good.
7 out of 7 lineouts and 3 out of 3. It has been efficient at lineout time. Mamre dominating the scrum set piece. And Dwayne Cupido continues trying to make things happen. But the Saldanha Bay defense seems to be growing in strength. Oh, it's been intercepted. Yes, it has. And away goes Brenvin Mamre. Never in a million years did he have the legs to make it all the way to the try line. But Saldanha retain possession, and they are now beyond the halfway line. Disappointment for Mamre.
Stay on.
We're just beginning to dominate possession and territory. Vrachom thought he saw a gap. He could not get it behind the retreating number 11 for Mamre. Bradwin Prince, and now Okkers. Okkers. Oh!
No!
It's hit city out here. Brenvin Mamre once again. Wow.
Wow! My goodness, these Saldanha Bay players have their tails up, and it is something to behold. A penalty to Mamre. But what we need to see on the replay is only one thing. Let's go for those hits.
14 playing it.
Oh, he's not big for nothing. The inside center hasn't been so great with his passing of the ball. Sometimes looks a little bit lackadaisical, but there's nothing lackadaisical about the way he makes a big hit, Paul Stubbs.
Absolutely not. Weighing in at a cool 105 kilograms, he is a heavy inside center, and this is a heavy hit.
Relax.
Oh, he sticks the shoulder. Look at that. Perfect as you like. Arms wrapped. Textbook. Saldanha Bay shooting out of line. They really are going at it, giving it their all. There we see Lazarus getting involved.
Captain Opelt. That steal at the last second, throwing the man up into the air to snatch it away from Mamre. I believe that's the first failed line-out from either side of the day. And it presents an opportunity to Saldanha Bay and Lilo Mgwebi, who by his own high standards has been quiet in this match. Low. Prop slash lock slash flank. Vrachom. Oh, and it's gone slightly wrong. In terms of, it is in evidence that Vrachom loves to hit that sideline and slide along the back line looking for options just like this.
Yeah, he does. I think that time Normie Joshua, the experienced hooker, just overruns it shortly, but Frachom always looking to put away his runners, connecting with the forwards really well. It's coming off for Saldanha and it's working well for them. That time not so, but take a look at how he puts away his plays to come. 4 out of 6 scrums for Saldanha. Mamre looking to attack them at scrum time. They need to get the move right after they win the ball though.
Williams, Sylvain Williams picks it up at the back.
Release! Spanish, no clear release.
Has Mamre cleared this acceptably? Yes, and Brian Prince.
Release!
An advantage being played to Mamre as well. Prince. Cupido. Men in motion and another slamming hit in the midfield. You know who it is. Accused number 1, Brenvin Mamre. Oh, I'm loving it from Tunzi. Break it down for us.
Oh, he's so scary. Look at that. My goodness. Looks like he could be in the octagon. Brenvin Mamre. They're shooting out of line, but they're shooting out of line together, making it very difficult for Mamre to pass over them. Look at this hit, so much pressure.
Charlie!
Enzo Stubbs simply can't get it away. Brenvin Mamre giving them so much to think about.
Outside shoulder. Scrum line out.
Disappointment for Mamre just as they put themselves in a position to perhaps claw their way back into this match. Here's the man of the hour. Can't get the cameras off him. 112 kgs, they call him Bali, a fish worker at Oceania. Now his opposite, number 12, I've just been mentioning, weighs 105, 22-year-old Gideon Andrews. It should be a clash of the titans.
9 and 13.
Pure aggression, Paul Stubbs. Classic inside center play. Having a little powwow. Boy, if these guys come out to play, they give it their everything, and that's why the community comes out to get so much support out here at these games. The youth, the elders, they all come out here together, singing together, standing on their feet. What an atmosphere, Paul Stubbs. I love coming out to Saldanha Bay.
Absolutely love it, every moment of it. I'm not sure if the singing has even stopped at all during this match. It has been a spirit of joy. And let's remember, there is a big rugby match coming up after this. It's the final of the SuperSport Rugby Challenge, the third playing thereof. Pumas taking on the Griquas again.
Back.
You can just feel the intensity come onto the pitch. Mamre doing better with their possession now. Not taking advantage, though, of their opportunities is Mamre.
Stay on now. Stay on, flankers.
Is now on in the scrum half position. Here's Charlie Frachom. They're going to run it from here. Now Janssen is the designated kicker coming from deep. Sends it downfield to Eddie Ockers. Ockers now must run. And he's been running all afternoon. Another big hit from the substitute this time, Williams. Mamre play the blind side. Dummy from Stepper Samuels.
Release!
Off belt.
No hands, stay on.
Away by Brian Prince. Inside ball from Stubbs. Moving it with Prince Bradwin this time. And a penalty comes the way of Mamre. A fair few penalties really being given.
You said it yourself, you're part of the tackle, so you have to release it. Now.
That's for the player not releasing. Mamre take it quick though. They're looking to get over that advantage line, and they do.
Liederman, the state prosecutor. Forward again with Mamre. Saldanha attacking that breakdown. They've got numbers, but Mamre do manage to secure. Cupido. Stubbs, and now he does it. Stadler on the line. Kane Stadler is over the line.
Brilliant.
That's it.
Kane Stadler. He's just got so much speed, deceptive pace. Stubbs puts him through the gap, beats the first defender. What a handoff. Palms off. Christian Gura. Pants halfway down his waist, still has time to dive. Stadler, gotta love it. What a try.
He's been really impressive all morning long, let's say that, with this early start. Kane Stadler, just 19 years old, they call him Slang. He's got a fair bit of bite. The kick is up from Eddie Ockers. That's not one of his better efforts. It goes away to the right of the posts. There is a bit of a breeze to consider here, but there's the hero right now, Kane Stadler.
Brilliant play by Stubbs to put him away, but it's too much speed from Slang Stadler. Can feel the intensity increase as the crowd starts to fill up now here in the stadium. It's spilling over onto the pitch. Big hits coming in from Saldanha. Mamre running it well. What a game, Paul Stubbs.
Loving every moment thus far. Jacquin Janssen gets us restarted. Mamre have it all to do. It's back here with Waldeck Gerke. It's a 16-point game. Mamre must score next off the fingertips, and whoa, we've been robbed of a very interesting situation there. Jaco Oppel, the captain of the side, continues to do the work. The diesel mechanic, the father of four, a tribute to the club game. Great offload. Is that a knock-on?
A forward pass maybe. Enzo Stubbs showing off some brilliant skills. Yes, indeed, he's right. Was very marginal.
Take a look at that moving shot there. That's your World of Champions right there. Steady cam all across the Saldanha fans.
Perfect conditions for some running rugby.
Oh, these fans know what they want. A pure love of rugby is what you feel out here in Mtunzi. You were here for the Super 8 competition as well. It is about the vibe, and you have to come out to enjoy experiences like this live. The SuperSport Rugby Challenge all around the country at venues like this in the Transnet Saldanha Bay Stadium, where you feel it when you're next to the crowd.
Definitely in the town, Saldanha Bay, with so much history as well.
Balls out.
Breaking from the back is Emil Boyson. It has fallen loose from his palms, and on we play. Can Saldanha Bay tidy this up in any meaningful way? Down goes Gersten Gura. Janssen. Mwebi. Working the numbers. Mamre keeps it going, and inside, stepping Kieser. Dane Kieser, absolutely legendary in the Super 8 competition, especially so the final. Frachom to low, the hands are magnificent through the hands of Joshua. They're moving it through Janssen. This is going to be a screamer of a try on the outside. It's Jadran Kotza, but he does not finish off. Enthralling rugby.
Wow, Saldanha Bay, they just communicate and connect so well in the back line. Look at that, beautiful hand. Those are two props and a hooker. Quick hands down the line. A flanker then puts away. Kotza almost makes it over the line, but wow, that's champagne rugby if I've ever seen it.
Let the bottles pop. Here comes Kotza. Oh, it's very sad. He got his foot down. He knew it.
Brilliant defense from Enzo Stubbs. Try-saving tackle coming in from him. So vital for them to keep Mamre in this game.
That's why they train all of these wings with these new diving techniques, where the ball leads and you actually throw your feet up in the air, as popularized by the likes of Nihi, Milner, Scudder in them.
No, precisely. We've seen some incredible finishes. Several bodily feats, putting the ball wide in front of you, almost basketball-like.
But it's hard to criticize Jadran Kotza when he scored 3 tries already today.
6, okay, this way. This is the middle, open, half a meter away. Open.
Throw your hands in the air.
Open, Mamre, open.
The Mamre player coming off the field, Gavin Philander, just a 40-year-old seasonal worker, part of that stalwart front row that has been mangling Saldanha Bay throughout this match. Mamre claimed that line. Have they turned this into a maul or got to ground? Untidy work. Thought it may have been an infringement from Saldanha Bay, but Mamre not bringing that ball under control, and they are put themselves under massive pressure now.
Mamre to start off. There's the mark.
There he is, the big man, Johan Die Krachman low. They don't call him Die Krachman for nothing. It's aggression. And Saldanha Bay's been bringing that to Mamre, putting Mamre under pressure. They haven't been able to handle that pressure.
Point.
That gives them the turnover. What an opportunity now for Saldanha Bay at scrum time.
Stay on now. Stay on.
Saldanha Bay on the attack this time. Out it comes from Gersten Gura. It's with Williams, and Williams sends it wider to Janssen. Janssen has support on the outside, but Jakin Janssen is going to take it into their faces. And here's Cheswin Williams. Gura the other way now. Frachom looking for options. Kieser on a hard angle.
Now
Confronting the Mamre defenders. Gura. Frachom. Joshua. And it's Daniel Tem. Gura. Frachom. The speed of play increasing from Saldanha Bay. Lala Lazarus to ground.
now let it go, Blue. Thanks.
Fighting for it, Gura. Frachom exercising the inside and the outside options. Lilo Mkhwebi outside now to Williams. Williams for the line, chopped down by a crucial tackle from Talisman Kane Stadler. Still pressurizing the line, Saldanha. Has it been turned over? No, an advantage is coming their way.
Nice, ball. They go
And it's
forward.
simply a scrum advantage. Mamre not giving up. 20 minutes to go in this game, and they trail by just 16 in club rugby. That is very little.
Saldanha Bay's handling skills have been off the charts. Brilliant offloading capabilities. Mkhwebi, Lelo Mkhwebi sticking true. Brilliant offload coming from him. The way Frachom is putting away his forwards, putting them into space, it's just brilliant. And Mamre do so well to scramble and slow down the ball, set themselves back into a defensive line.
Keep it up.
And Gura feeds the scrum. Emil Boyson at the back. Gura waiting. Boyson waiting. Saldanha advancing. A penalty advantage as well. Will they keep this in? No. Gura breaks away. He almost makes it to the line. What's the call now from Saldanha? Do they stick with the muscle, or do they use the backline out wide? We're standing at great depth. No, it's a try. They've kept it tight to the ruck, and it's Lilo Mkhwebi.
Lovely character. One of the pillars of the Saldanha Bay side, the big number 5. So well coached. They keep composure, they slow the ball down, they know they're close to the try line. Mkhwebi keeps his depth. Big man uses his weight and his handling skills to place the ball over the try line, and it's beautiful play from Saldanha Bay.
Higher honors are begging for this man. In fact, he got a call from Griffins this year, apparently. So people have been in touch to try to take him on to the next level, Lilo Mkhwebi. Jakin Janssen. Over it goes, 36 points to 13 now. Pivotal try.
Good play, patience. Good pass coming in from Emil Boyson, who could have gone himself. But the big man, Lelo Mkhwebi, is there. And a player who played youth rugby at Eastern Province. What a talent he is. He's had an opportunity to play here now, the SuperSport Rugby Championship.
That's good.
Up it goes from Dwayne Cupido, the teacher. Controlled by Mkhwebi. Mkhwebi backs himself against each and every defender that he sees. Gura, that's up to the outside, and Saldanha Bay keep the attack alive. After a missile defender came out of the Mamre defensive line, disrupting the attack. And there is the big man, Johandy Krachmanlo.
It was a good offload. Good play as well, coming in from Lazarus. But the Krachman low, out on the wing. That's probably why he's having a smile. A brave tackle coming in from Bradwin Prince, the Mamre number 11. So Mamre have an opportunity now. Since Kevin Philander has left, can they still dominate the scrum?
Sit.
With 15 minutes left on the clock, Mamre feed the scrum. This is absolutely crucial that they sort themselves out here and score the next points in this match. Otherwise, it may just slip away from them. Okkers continues.
You gotta release some tackle assist.
Tap and go from Mamre is the call, and it's Enzo Stubbs who initiates the movement.
Support on, body weight, Neil.
Moving forward now, Adrian Groepjes. Mamre now showing some intent. Cupido outside the move. The chip over the top is an ambitious one for Gerika, who will never get anywhere close, but it bounces in touch, meaning that the pressure remains applied on Saldanha.
7.
Yep, just doesn't connect with the ball.
7, Mamre, you're off.
In the meat spot does Enzo Stubbs. But with the gas of Jadron Kotza out wide, not a bad option perhaps.
4.
They've lost possession now, and an opportunity goes astray for Mamre, who needed it badly.
Guys.
Pressurizing this lineout is of paramount importance for the team in green. Ooh, over the top it goes. The throw is not straight. No contest from Mamre, so that is a shot on the foot for Saldanha Bay. Normie Joshua is the culprit.
You look at the communication. Maybe Lala Lazarus just goes a little bit too forward. You can see him calling Tikrachman Low to come a little bit closer to him. Communication, unfortunately, not getting it right there.
Point! Sit. Stay on.
The feed to this Mamre scrum, which is the side that is struggling in the second half after dominating the first. Their pack of 8 is heading backwards. Somehow that ball comes out and Cupido spreads it. And now it's their fly off Enzo Stubbs to the line.
Stay on.
And he's been impressive today. Cupido. Granville Moses. Cupido. And this is Jean February. Brian Prince through the center. This is Adrian Groepjes. Groepjes needs to get to go. He's got the knee down. He must be released by Normie Joshua. Prince. Numbers on the outside. Oh, Kane Stadler just could not get the ball away. It has now been knocked on. Saldanha have the chance to tidy it up and counter-attack. No, we'll patch the scrum down. Frustration must now be starting to build in Tunzi for these lads from Mamre.
Well, Paul Stubbs, they say necessity is the mother of invention, and that time Kane Stadler just doesn't get it right. He can see what he's trying to do, just trying to offload it to put away his number 10, Enzo
on to
Stubbs.
backline play, let's go. Mamre, let's go, time zone.
But it is necessary. They need the try coming in. They need it soon.
Seems to be like the tech.
Can't help but think that maybe it slipped away from Mamre. First game on television for this club side. Although winning is important in this game of rugby, there's so much more, so many more victories to celebrate, and that's one of them. Mamre getting this opportunity to be on live television.
Stay on. Okay, use it.
And the scrum from Mamre, at least not traveling backwards this time. That'll give them some comfort. Janssen put some elbow grease into that one. Surely not a quick throw from here. Yeah, it's just a dummy. And there is the star of the show, the man with Boerland experience and the man with all the talent in the blue jersey, Jakin Janssen.
Jakin Janssen, how good has he been, Paul Stubbs? Brilliant. We know he combines with the backline really well, connects with his forwards well, always looking to run onto the ball. He's got silky smooth hands.
Open.
An asset to the Saldanha Bay side all season.
Very early jumpers from Mamre, giving Saldanha the opportunity to pick them out and send somebody up in front of the jumper. At least the second time they've stolen a line in that fashion today. And now they'll begin from deep. It's Emil Boysen. Boysen on the go. Emil Boysen, he's the real deal. The pop for Lilo Mkhwebi. But it has gone forward.
It's gone forward.
Oh, the spirit that is in the Saldanha side. Once they start running them, Tunzi, magic starts sparking off.
And they just love it, don't they? Such a good vibe, such a good ethos in the team.
There's a scrum.
See, Boysen gets a little bit of space. Lelo Mgwebi, for a big man, gets through the work so well. Good defense coming in from Mamre though. They scramble, use the touchline to its full effect. Causes Boyson
Crouch.
just have a bit of pressure and he knocks it on.
Going. Sit. Bly langer gebind, 18. Bly gebind.
Look at that Mamre scrum this time around. When Saldanha attack, they attack with force. Kieser picks up. The ball is still alive. That tap went backwards. And they're really running all over Mamre right now. Forward goes Danny Tem. Wide from Kura. And they just need to move it now. Hands are all they need. Williams. Janssen on the cut. Comes back on a chopping angle. And he sets the ruck inside the 22-meter line of Mamre. Wide from Charlie Frachom, and Kieser, livid with himself for dropping that ball, decides to bounce the man anyway. And they keep it moving now. Ooh. Mamre, they do well to evade that situation. There's an opportunity on the outside should they be able to work the numbers, but they're running into each other. Oh, in front of his right wing. Darian Gerke. It will be a penalty against them.
It's just unlucky. Brilliant attacking intent. Good play from Anzo Stubbs to get past that first defender and get the ball out wide.
No, yeah.
Get this good play. Darian Gerke steps, holds on to the ball, does everything right, and unfortunately Anzo Stubbs just gets in his way. Watch the Pumas. They've just arrived now here at Saldanha Bay. What a day it is for them. Unbeaten coming into this final. Winners of the Cup last year. Wow, Paul Stubbs.
Powerful side.
Play on.
Oh, Saldanha on the attack, 5 meters out. That is a sharp throw in.
Let it come.
Divan Joshua, which ended up in what they call a falcon. And as a result, it has come out on the side of Mamre, who must counter-attack from deep. What a take from Ockers. Oh, the dummy to the outside from Prince. Prince now running into space. The chip over the top. He backs himself. Prince, he's put it over and he's going. He's going for gold. Janssen shows enough toe to get back there. And the pop-up. Is there another counter-attack on the cards here? Yes, there is a third. Ockers. Eddie Ockers on the counter. He sends it outside to support. And Mamre now in the Saldanha half. Oh. Backwards is the call. That is sweet relief. They must keep it tight. They are numbered out by Saldanha, whose defense spreads wide across the field. But that surely must leave gaps in behind for the chip or the offload. And Stubbs keeps them moving. Saldanha defense so calm. Once they bring Mamre under control, it's broken play that Mamre seek. Again, Eddie Ockers. How much work has he got to do for Mamre today? The counter ruck is from Johan Lowe. Options left and right, and Granville Moses, the firefighter, sends it to the left. Dummy and go from Brian Prince. It's at this point that it seems that Mamre are running short of ideas when they need momentum to be increasing. Televised moves like that, telegraphed rather. The inside ball to Jean February, the electrical mechanic. Keep getting the knees to ground Mamre, so they're not being held up off the ground by Saldanha, but there's always the opportunity of the more being created. Waldeck Gerke. Prince continues his work from the base. Anzo Stubbs on the crash ball this time. Ockers. Here's the big man, Sylvain Williams. Why hasn't the machine operator been brought into the game more? He is a force to be reckoned with. Knock on coming. Just as I put the commentator's curse on the big number 8, Mr. Williams. He knocks the ball on.
And that just summarizes the day for Mamre. As soon as they get over the advantage line, as soon as they get going, it's a good line from Sylvain Williams, the big boy. Big man rather, gets over the advantage line, but at ruck time it's not neat enough, not keeping to their structure, keeping to the right body shape, placing the ball correctly. Saldanha Bay side
Fine.
Been doing that brilliantly. It's been
Sit,
the difference
steady.
between the two sides.
Okay, use it now.
Use it as the call from referee Jafta.
Take him back.
Back to Joachim Janssen. Always ready to clear the danger for Saldanha. He puts a big kick downfield, but it's only as far as Eddie Ockers. This time he loses his footing, and even while he's falling, he's got
No
steps.
hands! Stay there.
Playing blind, looking blind anyway,
Release.
and Moses takes
Stay
it in.
there.
That's more like it from Mamre. Attack them next to the rucks where they have thin numbers, but the knock-on comes, and Mkhwebi's on the counter. Here's Janssen, running straight, making the defensive line look vulnerable. Clearly forward, that pass. And Normie Joshua
Forward pass.
will be cut short.
Good pass from the legendary Normie Joshua, but unfortunately, the big man,
Mamre, let's go.
Brenvin Murray,
Nice time's on, let's go.
unable to pass it to a man behind him. Maybe going outside was the right option. It wasn't on the inside. How brilliant has Joachim Janssen been? I think it's mentioning it. Now Saldanha has been dominating at scrum time towards the end of this game. Will they be able to get a turnover?
Fine. Sit, steady.
And now the Saldanha scrum continues moving forward. Brian Prince, though, for Mamre, tries to get it away. Fine tackle on Floytje de Jong.
Itano is good.
19-year-old baller,
No,
under 20,
master.
Floytje de Jong. He's playing in the 21 jersey for Mamre. Oh, wonderful hands from Cheswin Williams, and on the outside, Saldanha cannot make it happen. And the time is now ticking away on this match. Mamre have failed to make their presence felt in the second half. And Saldanha look like they may be grabbing win number 9.
Yeah, they've been so strong. Joachim Janssen has been a star for them, and Jadron Kotzer just overruns. It doesn't keep his dip.
Charlie.
Mamre
Release.
in possession. That looked like an uncomfortable tackle. Kruppies was the man who took it. He's been impressive in the locks for Mamre. Dwayne Cupido. Oh, well, Floytje de Jong thinking about right-headed left. Saldanha trying to put pressure on the youngster. And the teenager sends it left this time. Dummy and go. Mamre still keen to get at Saldanha. Oh, whoa! Upended. Yes, that's what we need. Yes, to the pocket. Absolutely. Mtunzi, I don't know what you think. That was not a great tackle.
Dane Kieson. Look at the size of the man. Jeppe brings a great aggression to the Saldanha side. It's been very important for them throughout the season. Unfortunately, that time doesn't keep a cool head, and technique goes out the window. It's a good turn.
Numbers,
from Bradwin Prince, but yeah, you simply cannot do that. A little bit lazy from Kieser.
No numbers.
Yeah, absolutely cannot get involved in any of that. Kieser, a man who spent some time at the Kansas Jayhawks in the United States of America and the new rugby league out there in the States. And we wish them all the best. If that rugby league grows, the world game can grow as well. Look at that line-out. Mtunzi, you would have been punished on Monday for a line-out like that back at the Bulls.
I've been impressed with their competing nonetheless. Adrian Kruppies, number 4 for Mamre, has been brilliant. They are loving it. They're singing the Saldanha Bay songs. Come out in support, and their side has not disappointed. Look at that atmosphere, Paul Stubbs.
Love every moment of it. Every trip out to Saldanha Bay is well worth it. The smiles are on the faces. The spirit in these towns on the west coast is second to none. Joyful people every single place that you go.
Apparently the best fish in the country as well.
That I do not doubt. A fishing town of note. A smile like that you cannot pay for. Forward go the Saldanha scrum again. They've completely dominated in the second half, sorting out their problems. Williams sends it wide off the pass from Frachom. Janssen cannot drag it in. However, it will end in a scrum to Mamre.
Yeah, focus. Just going down a little bit. Janssen unable to take that. Was a difficult one to take, but if you can get your hands on it, you're expected to take it. At least that's what the best of the best say. I'm sure he's looking to become that one day.
Now with the seconds ticking away, Saldanha Bay, the side that produced the likes of Reino, Benjamin, Randall, Julies, Kohler Williams, who now plays for the Boland Cavaliers, Ludio Williams for the Griffins, and Shilton van Wyk for Boland, hero of the region. They look to be claiming another victory on their home turf. As Mamre again attack the line, but this Saldanha defense knows exactly where they are attacking, and they make sure the defensive line is spread. They sink, they spread their arms, they don't make too many aggressive tackles, almost breaking through. Granville Moses. But frustration is the name of the game today from Mamre. They just keep on knocking it on, and the second half has proven to be just a touch too much for them.
There's been some good energy coming off the bench from Mamre. Moses, Arendse, Jean February. They brought some good energy, but unfortunately just not able to keep ball in hand, get through the phases. But it's been a battle here at Gladiator Park. Definitely been some gladiators out there. Brenvin Marais, the number 12 for Saldanha, one of those.
A couple of gladiators indeed. What a name for a rugby stadium. Gladiator Park here in Saldanha Bay. This new stadium just a couple of years old. Inside ball, Saldanha will not get that last chance to attack, but a penalty comes their way. Tap and go, that's the spirit of the game right there. Yakin Janssen, Lilo Mkhwebi, there's numbers on the outside. Williams now looking for the cutback, and inside was Devon Manuel. And they've set inside the Mamre 22 in the blink of an eye. They are here in the Mamre 22. Kura sends it wide, it goes from Janssen. Vrachom with options. He waits, he takes it to the line, sends it off to Emil Boysen. And Emil Boysen takes no prisoners. Wide again, Yakin Janssen. Low. Krachman low. Moving forward, an inspirational figure in this side. Williams. No obstruction is the call from referee Jefter. Diving in over the ball there, Dwayne Cupido. He has not had enough here. Now Mamre have the chance to counter-attack. Now Mr. Jefter wants to see this game go on. Knock-on is called backwards, and moving forwards again. Eddie Ockers. What an engine the 27-year-old has on him. Young scrum off, Loichi de Jong sends it right, and Mamre off to the big man, Sylvine Williams. Prince. Now he heads right again, pardon me, that's Flaky de Jong. Did not find too much room to work with when he went that way. And this is Ockers again. Desperate to find gaps, but surely running out of steam. They are outnumbered on the outside about 3-1 every time they try to spread it to the wings. They would do well to commit Saldanha forwards with hard running. However, they have failed to do that thus far, and the gaps are not appearing. Jean February.
Huge hits coming in from Saldanha Bay. Their defense has been unbelievable. They shall not pass.
Oh, that is right, Mtunzi Mabeta.
Can't come over.
There's plenty of passion on offer from both of these sides, and Saldanha are showing it late on here in defense. Tap and go. That's from Anzo Stubbs. And forward still they go with Brian Prince.
You can't play from there.
And they continue. That's David Arendse, the machine operator.
Release! Step.
Across the halfway line, this all seems a bit stop-started. It's almost as though the Saldanha players aren't sure that whether or not they're under an advantage.
Take a step.
Release call on Emil Boysen, and Jason Jefter, JB and Jefter, our referee, allows play to continue.
And how tight they are around the ruck, so well coached, keeping to their defensive structures. Very impressive from Saldanha Bay.
One-off runners from Mamre continue, and Saldanha continue to see and destroy. But Mamre refuse to lose. They'll continue coming at them. Eddie Ockers, they need to work on that inside ball, stop the telegraphing thereof. It could be far more effective. They've got some effective strike runners in the likes of Sylvine Williams. Gideon Andrews in the 12 jersey, the big number 12, who they've failed to use to their full effect today, Mamre.
Thanks.
Numbers for Saldanha on the outside here, so it'll take something special from one of the players running at this defensive line. No call on that turnover, seems to be all good. And now Mamre must get on defense, but shed off the back of Lala Lazarus. Now Joachim Janssen, surely he's had enough.
The first one was backward, second one is a knock.
And enough is enough. That is the call from referee Javion Jafta. And at the end of this curtain raiser for what is to come next, the SuperSport Rugby Challenge final coming up on your screens just after 2. Right now it is this side that can celebrate the home team, the hosts today, Saldanha Rugby Football Club. A bunch of winners, the lot of them. Jadran Kotza, he scored 3 tries to take his side to a 36-13 victory over Mamre. Join us for the final.